Oh, just now, Comey has a message for America. You know, one day after he gets, sent over for a criminal referral to the DOJ because he got caught colluding and creating the Russiagate hoax. It's like, let me speak to you, the American people. It's like, oh, okay, hey, this guy definitely has no nefarious reasons for trying to get his word out right now. His daughter just got fired. Now he's getting referred over for criminal charges, which he deserves to get charged for most likely. It's like, listen up, America. Just listen to what he has to say. This is really important. So if anybody has been not paying attention to the news cycle over the last couple of days, Trump is on an absolute warpath, okay? And what I mean by that is when people started pressing him on this Epstein thing, right? Regardless of what the truth actually is, okay, whether he's dirty with Epstein from 1998 or whatever, and what dirty would mean is kind of hard to say. No one's going to convince me that Trump was with kids, dude. I'm sorry. You're not going to convince me that. But let's say hypothetically that there was some dirt on him and, the handlers, whoever they might be, whoever might have been running Epstein might be pushing Trump right in his buttons. And they're like, we need you to do something for us. And he's like, what? And they're like, we need you to bury the whole story. He's like, why would I do that? They're all, is this a good motivation? He's like, yes, it is. I will bury it. They're all, we also need you to bomb Iran. Bomb Iran? They're all, yes, bomb Iran. What is that? I have no idea what it is. I have absolutely no idea. I'm just not like dumb enough to, let's just throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? Like there's no way that the guy in the video with Epstein who was pointing at chicks and going, ooh, she's hot, could have gotten entrapped into some weird situation. I think it's unlikely, but I don't know, But bottom line is this. Let me tell you what is happening now. Since the Democrats smell blood in the water, they're like, ooh, Trump's own base is mad at him. What should we do with that? They're all, let's press it. Let's turn it up. Let's put a thing in the Wall Street Journal that has a naked girl, right? And it says, a new year, a new secret. And Trump's all, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do about that. I'm going to sue the Wall Street Journal for $10 billion. $10 billion, which is hilarious. But more importantly for the Democrats that are involved in this, he's going to send them all to prison, okay? All of them are going to prison. If it was up to him, every single person is going to prison. Now, I'm not saying that they don't deserve to go to prison because they probably do, right? But we're going to go through all of the people that he wants to put in jail. So he wants to put the Wall Street Journal out of business. He wants Richard Schiff to go to prison. Okay. Richard Schiff, Adam Schiff. I always do that, dude. I always do that. Richard Schiff is an actor, a very famous one, like one of those ones that's in every single movie, but you wouldn't know his name, whatever. But Adam Schiff is who we're talking about. He's going to go to prison. So, yeah. So Adam Schiff is facing criminal indictment for mortgage fraud, which is hilarious given the fact that they tried to play this game with Trump. This is what I'm saying. Let me come back to this actually, okay? Because also, in case you guys haven't seen this, Tulsis has now referred Obama and all the Comey people for criminal indictment for the Russiagate thing. Hillary Clinton, Obama, Comey, all of them, Brennan, they are going to get indicted, okay? As they should, by the way, okay? If you put together a well-structured, manufactured hoax that pretended, faked that the sitting president had collaborated with a foreign adversary to get elected to the chair of president of the United States, okay, they still to this day have half the country that believe that like Trump was in bed with Putin. It was fake from the beginning. They fabricated all of the evidence, okay? I don't understand how everybody still does the thing that's funny about this is obviously they're doing this now to try to kind of push the envelope, get it away from the Epstein stuff. I don't understand how this didn't happen a long time ago. It was like, wait a minute. So the law firm that Hillary Clinton employed to do the Steele dossier and all that stuff, they faked a connection between a Trump organization and a Russian bank. They fabricated that. They got caught and no one went to prison. Hillary Clinton didn't get it. Nothing happened. Remember the Alpha Bank thing? They literally completely manufactured that evidence. And it's like, okay, like if you don't go to jail for that, what should you go to jail for? You know what I mean? So we're going to look at that. And then also, as the finale, okay, as the finale, here is James Comey, who is, doing a heartfelt plea to the American people after the DOJ fired his daughter. And, like, he just wants you to know that all the hacks at the DOJ are coming after them. They're tearing apart the country. It's like the country seems to be running fine, dude. I know it probably feels nasty to not have any power anymore when you used to wield tremendous power, but like, let's be honest, right? You fought a war and you lost, okay? I'm not saying I'm a better, like more grand, accomplished person than James Comey. He made it to the director of the FBI, right? Objectively, he's done much more in his life. But here's the thing that I know that apparently he has not realized. When you did the things you did, you were fighting a war and you fucking lost, guy. Okay. You know what happens when you go to war and you lose? This, okay? You going to prison is the equivalent, the modern equivalent of rape and pillage. Okay. Except that you guys committed actual crimes. So now I know you guys didn't think there was any way that you would ever like actually have to pay the price for the crimes that you guys committed. I assume you knew that when you manufactured evidence and all of that stuff that like you were committing a crime. It's just that when you are the arbiter of what is criminal and what is not, you didn't think that there was any way that this would ever come back on you. So it's like, is it even a crime if I can't get caught? It's like, yes, it is. It's absolutely a crime. So we're going to look at all of that stuff. Now, let me just say this real quick, okay? Before we get into it, I want to say about Adam Schiff. Do I like Adam Schiff? No. I think he is a corrupt weasel. But, okay, I didn't like it when they did this to Trump, when they tried to take his property away and all of that stuff, when they were doing the, he inflated his real estate assets. I was like, this is horseshit. It's not even a crime. Okay. This mortgage fraud thing, it's like, oh, he didn't really live in this property and he called it owner occupied. Okay. So he got a better rate on his mortgage. That's what we're going with. He got a better rate on his mortgage, okay? It's just as stupid as what they did to Trump, but they did it to Trump, and that is now coming back to bite them. I didn't like it when they did it to Trump. I don't like it when they're doing it now, because you know what's going to happen is they can use this on anyone, okay? Like, this is not what law enforcement is supposed to be doing, okay? Now, when it comes to Comey and these guys, and anyone involved with the Russiagate stuff, they need to go to jail. Straight up, okay? Law enforcement is supposed to keep law and order, okay? Now, someone saying, I live in Pennsylvania, when they actually live like down the street or whatever, and they're like, they just are juking it to get like a better mortgage, and they're a senator. Give me a break, dude. Senators are supposed to be able to juke shit like that. Like, oh, I was going to get a 7% rate. I got a 5.7% rate because I said I lived in the house. Like, come on, guys. This is not a good use of our resources. However, political people collaborating on one of the greatest conspiracies ever, you need to put them in prison so no one ever does that ever again, okay? That's a really big deal. That's a completely different conversation, and I just wanted to say that. Now, I'm going to get into all the details of what Comey said and all of that, but I'm going to first show you a word from this sponsor so you know why I'm always so sharp. Now, if you're a person who's serious about performing at your best, whether that's at work, in the gym, or just in your daily life, you got to check out Vineia. Vineia is the #1 nitric oxide booster with Piceid resveratrol. Now, everybody wants better circulation and better dilated veins, but let me tell you something right now. All these other things are hard to keep up with. These are chews and they're delicious. And so you're not going to forget to take them and keep up on it so you get all of the benefit. That's why I really love these things. I can tell that my endurance seems to be much better at jiu-jitsu. And I think better when I'm doing my videos, which is very helpful. Now you can try Vineia's new 2 times daily chew formula risk-free for 90 days. Plus we'll send your first month free with all 90-day bundles. We'll also give you free shipping, all backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. No questions asked. And here's the best news. For any Jesse on Fire listeners, you can get 10% off when you click on the link in the description. Just go to vineia.com/Jesse. That's VINIA.com/JESSE. Do yourself a favor and give Vineia a shot. When your blood flow is better, everything in life gets better. Visit vineia.com/Jesse and learn how to get a month free. Take advantage of this amazing deal and how easy these things are to keep up on and thus get all of the benefits. All right, so let's start with Comey, and then we are going to look at the total criminal indictment that is forthcoming on Obama, Hillary Clinton, and all of them. All right, watch this real quick. Let's listen to him tell you that this is all wrong.
The reservoir is in grave danger right now. Trump and the hacks who lead the Department of Justice are hammering at the dam day after day, trying to turn it into just another gold leaf-covered Trump subsidiary. Our best hope is that good people will stay and do what Maureen asked. Have the courage to do the right thing always. You may get fired for acting that way, but there's honor in that, and nothing but disgrace for those who don't stand up. There are going to be hard weeks in the Trump era.
He's literally reading a teleprompter, for the record.
And this was one from my family. But there are plenty of good people still in the department committed to doing things the right way, committed to the rule of law. For them, because of them, keep the faith.
Hey, can I tell you guys a little story about me and James Comey? Okay. So when Trump fired Comey, okay, I still had not come to the enlightenment of like what was actually going on. All right. I still thought that there was like some semblance of order in the, you know, in the government that they would like never, like lines they would never cross. Right. So to me, I never thought in a million years that all of the evidence that I was seeing about Trump's connections to Russia could have been fabricated by a group of the intelligence community leaders, as well as Hillary Clinton and Obama and all of them. Okay. Like that was unfathomable to me at the time. I have since then learned that that's exactly what they did. But so when he got fired, I even read a book about it. Like I read a book about them firing Comey. I remember I was completely on the other side of this thing. I've told everybody about this, dude. The way I ended up where I am was I slowly, one little bit by one little bit, because I watched all of this, dude. I can't even tell you. I watched it all. I watched like 6 hours of testimony from this guy in 2016 or 20. Yeah, whatever it was. And as everything came out, ultimately, it came down to this. I was like, I am teetering on the edge right now. If the Mueller report does not have Trump and all of his people pegged to the wall, if it's anything less than that, then the other side's been right all along. And the Mueller report had nothing. And immediately I was like, I'm done with him, dude. And then since then, it just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse to the point where I'm like, throw these fucks in jail, dude. You know what I mean? Throw these fucks in jail. And so this guy coming out, reading off a teleprompter, like, oh my God, there's going to be some hard days during the Trump presidency. You're like, dude, you tried to burn the entire democratic process down, you know, because what? Because Trump got elected? You know, oh, we thought it was going to be Hillary. We buried her fucking email. We buried her email investigation when she was potentially doing like, dude, the idea that they threw collaboration with a former adversary at Trump when they buried the private server that was hidden in her bathroom and that she had like all of these, secret access projects in emails. Have you guys ever heard about that? Like that it was, people were saying like basically her server, her email was basically a Dropbox for foreign adversaries to come in and get all the Clinton Foundation stuff. Her corruption process made what Biden was doing in Ukraine look so Mickey Mouse that it's bananas, dude. Okay. Like Biden's, by the way, speaking of which, Hunter Biden is going ham-boned today. We're going to talk about that later, though. Okay, so let's go ahead and look over here at the DOJ receives Gabbard's criminal referral on bombshell claims Obama administration manufactured Russian collusion hoax. So Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley will also declassify the appendix to a 2018 DOJ Inspector General report. Okay. So Department of Justice confirmed Monday that it has received Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard's criminal referral related to her bombshell claims that Obama-era officials manufactured and politicized intelligence to create the narrative that Russia was attempting to influence the 2016 presidential election. It's like, Jesse, what are you laughing at? Oh, I lost my train of thought. Like, you did? Why? I don't know. Could it be Emily Ratajkowski's fucking summer? She's such a whore, dude. Anyway, so Department of Justice declined further comment, but confirmed that Fox News, that they received the referral. Gabbard released unclassified documents Friday that reportedly show overwhelming evidence that then President Barack Obama and his national security team laid the groundwork for what would be the years-long Trump-Russia collusion probe after Trump's election win against former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Their goal was to usurp President Trump and subvert the will of the American people. No matter how powerful, every person involved in this conspiracy must be investigated and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The integrity of our democratic republic depends on it. We are turning over all documents to the DOJ for criminal referral. So, listen, I am very aligned with this. Here's what I'm also very aligned with, okay? I think we need to get to the bottom of why the people are behaving the way that they are with the Epstein thing too, okay? Because if you are, I mean, let's just be honest here, guys. Let's just be honest. Let's just put our cards on the table. Anyone who is actually like above consideration that maybe Trump might like have some reason that he's covering this up, like, dude, I have a bridge to sell you in fucking Miami, all right? Actually, there's lots of bridges in Miami. In some other place, it doesn't have bridges, okay? Like, come on, dude. You think it's impossible? We bombed Iran out of nowhere, okay? The entire world wants everyone to like just to force Israel to stop doing what they're doing. And we're like, nah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. And we're all, oh, and I've been watching this series on Candace Owens' show, which basically validates that Epstein is definitely Mossad. Here's one thing that I'm a little concerned about. Why are we not doing Epstein Files episode 2 right now? So she did episode 1 and 2. I'm sorry, she did the intro on Thursday. The Epstein Files Midas Touch episode 1 on Friday. And now it's Monday. I'm like giddy waiting. And all of a sudden it's like, we're doing an episode called Trump Loses Control of His Base. What the fuck, dude? I'm like deep in this Epstein Files thing. Did someone get to her too? These guys are like, we're not blackmailing anyone. We'll just kill you. She's like, oh, well, I don't want to get killed. You know, but yeah, we need to get bottom of all of it, dude. Here's the thing though. We won't, I guess the best way, honestly, for us as citizens to find out what bad guys are doing is just have the two political sides just throw each other in jail all the time. And then we'll, it's like throw them all in jail. And then we'll like, kind of sift through it later. It's like, yeah, I know a lot of really smart people are going to go into government if your likelihood of ending up in prison goes up 100-fold. Even if you don't do anything wrong. Although I don't see anyone going after, there are some people that are kind of above reproach. I don't see anybody going after Rand Paul, or, lots of people I can name that are not going to jail. Speaking of which, why isn't Fauci in jail? Okay. Obviously the auto pen should be invalidated. Throw that fucking guy in jail. So, she said the implications are frankly nothing short of historic. Over 100 documents that were released Friday really detail and provide evidence of how this treasonous conspiracy was directed by Barack Obama just weeks before he was due to leave office after President Trump had already gotten elected. This is not a Democrat or Republican issue. This is an issue that is so serious it should concern every single American because it has to do with the integrity of our democratic republic. That's 100% accurate. I never thought that I never thought I had beef with Obama before. Like, I knew Hillary Clinton's a gamer and she plays real dirty. I'm kind of shocked that this fucking guy did this, dude. At least a little bit. It's like, really, dude? Really? Why? Because he said your birth certificate wasn't real? It wasn't. Right? Like, you guys uploaded a file that had the Photoshop layers still on it. You got caught red-handed with a fake birth certificate uploaded to the government website. That's not Trump's fault. That's your fault. Okay. But, then the Trump administration is like, we're going to publish the undoctored footage of the Epstein jail situation. And they're all, actually, we cut 3 minutes out. That wouldn't be the 3 minutes where Epstein walked right out of the jail, would it? I have never wavered on this. Anyone who has been with me for a long time can verify. I have been saying that Epstein's alive since forever. Okay. What has my logic been, guys? If you're going to blackmail billionaires and other people who can have you killed in 1 second, the way you do not get killed is you have a kill switch, a dead man's trigger, which means if anything happens to me, all of this stuff, no matter who killed me, okay, everything gets released. That is called a dead man's trigger. It's what protects you from death. So what? The guy's just going to sit there and let him do life in prison? Obviously, he has a dead man's trigger. Obviously. Okay? So, like, and you put those people, it's like, hey, we don't even, like, I need to be out by this day or it's all gone. And they're like, oh my, okay, here, fake corpse, fake ear, fake ear. By the way, I don't know if you guys have heard this story, but YouTube made me edit that image out of my video. Only time they've ever done this ever. I've been doing this for how long? 5.5 years. I got forced to edit the photograph comparing Epstein's ear to the corpse's ear. They're clearly not the same. And they're like, you don't got not getting a strike, but you have to take that part out. Do with that what you will. Okay. So yeah, that's what that is. And there was some other thing that I was going to show you guys. I was going to show you Schiff, you know, but we already talked about that, so I don't need to talk about that. But hey, let me tell you, if you're still around, we got a banger video right here. I am going to go absolutely thermonuclear on this video right here. So buckle up for that and look for it. It's about the leftists who are attacking a family farm for an unbelievable reason that maybe, you want to know what I'm going to tell you right now since the end of the video. When I heard this story, my exact words, Gabrielle and I were looking at houses. We were going to buy a new house. We were on our way there and I read it and I literally said, I was like, I would burn these people alive. Obviously I don't mean like, you know, I'm not like actually going to burn anyone alive. What I meant to say was I hate them so much that if they burned alive, that would seem like not a big deal to me. Like that's how disgusting these people are to me. Okay. Like really repulsive, horrible people, like just the worst kinds of people, Nazis, equivalent to Nazis. There's no, like, there's no different. The Nazis in the 30s and these people are exactly the same to me. Anyway, so look for that. I love you guys. Bye-bye.